Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, you're welcome to the recap that we have for UFC Vegas 82. It was a wonderful time. Beautiful knockouts, good fights that we cannot even forget. And happily, we did make some money on there because out of the, I think it was 12 fights, we had 7 wins, 1 no contest, and just 4 losses. And so we want to make sure that every time we'll finish an event, we come back to look at the losses and analyze it and see how far it's going to be. So for those of you who just joining my channel, please like, share, and subscribe. We're just starting, and you will have a great time. Yeah, so I'm going to share my screen right now. So we'll look at how our fights went and all the things that we did and all the wins. So this is our fights that we put on. Estevam won, so that was a good one. Ogden supposed to win that fight. I just don't know. The referee stopped it, like an early stoppage, and then the judges gave a no contest. I mean, I've never seen it before. It's the first time. If not, that should have been our 8 wins out of 12 predictions. And so we got up to Alexander and Saragi. That was a quick one. Saragi won that fight. And the first loss for the night was to Mick Parkin. Mick Parkin is the English heavyweight. We're going to be looking at his stats a little bit so that we can be well aware and know. But that next time when we see him being pitched with another fighter, we're going to say, okay, yeah, I know his strengths. I'm going to see what I can do. Yeah, so that's why we're doing this. The next fight on the line, yes, Duncan made a good work to Lulin. He won that. And the second loss for the night was Anelinga losing to Johnson with a third round knockout. So we'll be looking at Johnson, and then Brito made a wonderful performance against Pierce. Did you see that knockout? It wasn't really a knockout, but a submission, a choke. It was awesome. Like, it was wow. So it was really a good fight. And the fight that made me know that, oh, Taj, you made a wrong choice was the fight with Orobai and Medic. Orobai made a clinical finish of wrestling of Medic, the Sojourn. So Orobai won that. That's going to be the third fighter we'll be looking at. That's the third loss for the night. And then our final loss for the night went on to Chase Hooper defeating Levitt. We chose Jordan Levitt because he was smart, he was quick, he was good in submissions, but was surprised Chase Hooper did a good number on him. And then the rest was victory all the way. Allen won for us, Morales won, Talbot won, and altogether we had 7 wins, 1 no contest, and 4 draws. And so that's why we're coming on here today to do this. That's why we're here, basically. Right now, we're going to go to look at Mick Parkin. I want to make a good study of this guy so that next time he comes on the scene, we would know how far he's gone. So that was his 8th win. He's got a professional record of 8 wins, 0 losses, and 0 no contest. Mick Parkin hails from England, and he's 28 years old. Once again, the heavyweight. His last weigh-in was at 262 lbs, and his height is 6'4", and has a reach of 79 inches. Like I said, born in England, and he's on a 15-fight win streak. But his pro record is 8 wins and 0 losses. So he made a good work of that fight. Although for me, Machado did pretty well. In fact, very well. That if not for 1 or 2 things, I believe that if not for the takedowns of Parkin, it would have been straight to the bat. So you can see at 63% wins by knockout or TKO, submission 13%, and decision 25%. So moving on a little bit to know more about him, he He was in the Contender Series with his first win, and he has fought 2 times in the UFC, and brought about 2 wins from the party. Congratulations. The second person we're going to look at one is Jose Johnson. He has a pro MMA record of 16 wins, 8 losses, and no contest. Jose Johnson. His guy name is Lobo Solitario. It looks young, but he's bigger than this. This looks like an old picture of the man. Yes, he's 28 years old. He's in the bantamweight, 6 feet by weight. Was born in Flint, Michigan. Uh, his pro record, like I said, is 16 wins, 8 losses, and no draw. He just his first fight that he won was the one for Saturday, and he's doing good. He's rated 71 in the best bantamweight fighter rankings. Um, he's got a 50% knockout, a technical knockout. He's got a 19% wins by submission, 61% wins by decision. And he's had 1 fight for the Contender Series, 1 at the LFA, and 1 at the UFC. Right, so that's a little bit about Jose Johnson. The third person we're going to be looking at is Miktebek Orobai. This is the man who came in at such short notice and did a clinical work of Medic the Surgeon. We have to look out for this guy in the UFC because that was his first fight. And he did very well. He's 25 years of age in the welterweight division. He weighed in at 170 pounds. Fighter from Kazakhstan. His win streak is 7-fight win streak. And his MMA record is 12 wins, 1 losses, and 1 draw. Right about now in the MMA rankings, he's 49. But from all the fighters in pro welterweights in Kazakhstan, he is number 1. He's ranked number 1 of 137 fighters in Kazakhstan. So you better watch out for this guy. He looks like he's ready to do business. We've seen 50% of his wins is by knockout, technical knockout, 42% by submission, and 8%, just 8% by decision. He's got wins at the ACA, at the UFC, and also LFA. And then the last guy who gave us a loss, so we're going to check out, is Chase the Dream Hooper. He's got 13 wins an MMA record for just 3 losses and 1 no contest, or 1 draw. He's 24 years of age. He weighs 74 kg, and he's also 6'1" from Washington, D.C. A very good fighter. By winning that fight the other day, that was 2-fight win streak he's been on. And Chase the Dream Hooper, he's the real deal, I can tell you. So I'm going to be looking out for this guy the next time he fights. So never make a mistake of betting against him. Yeah, so that's it for now. I'm going to stop there. So basically, that's all we've talked about. Please note these 4 fighters, they're the ones who didn't make us have a 12 over 12. But it's all good. It's a good record. We are churning out about 70% profits for what we do. Yeah, some of our guests and some of our subscribers who also earn money from playing our bets. So please, once again, like, share, and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. The next time we come on here, you will be notified, as this will help you grow. So one of the things I like about doing this, since I said, one of the things I like about betting in the UFC is the fact that it's a 50-50 thingy. If you're one of those pundits who used to do football, you know, it's a 3-edged sword. It could be a win or draw or an away win. But in the UFC, if it ain't your fighter winning, it's the next fighter. And even if You lose, for example, you bet on Mr. A and gets beaten by Mr. B. There's the kind of satisfaction you feel knowing fully well that because he didn't fight well, he got beaten. So your money don't actually, it's not really lost because at least it goes for something. So um, there ain't no UFC for this week, but there's something by going on very well in the circle by the PFL, and PFL is looking at starting something very great. They just acquired the Bellator, so we'll be looking at much more fights, and they promise a champion to champion fights coming into 2024. So there are a lot of exciting fights to look forward to, and also in December, a lot of boxing fights. We have the rehab season once again. Um, but we're just sticking on doing the MMA. MMA is what we want to focus on. So I want to thank you all for coming on here. Once again, we're done to this is the end of our video for today. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel as we continue to improve and give you much more information. So from me, from Taj, I'll say goodbye. Have a lovely one, and then watch out for our PFL predictions coming up this Friday. Peace and blessings.